Why bad people seem to win. The brutal truth about karma. Have you ever asked yourself why bad people get the best things in life? You wake up early before the sun rises. You fight your way through gridlock traffic, staring at endless rows of red brake lights. You exhaust yourself in the pursuit of honest work, constantly hovering on the absolute edge of burnout. Then you open a glowing screen and see them. The corporate sociopaths. The ones who exploit, cheat, and cheerfully step on others to reach the top. They are the ones celebrating in glass corner offices, living the exact life you were told comes only to the good and the just. Your nervous system immediately tightens. A heavy anxiety builds in your chest. You start to believe that justice is a complete lie, and that karma is just a fairy tale invented to keep quiet people in their place. But what if I told you that everything you believe about this cosmic injustice is fundamentally wrong? What if the universe isn't rewarding them at all, but rather, they are blindly destroying their only lifeline? The Buddha understood this precise psychological trap over 2.5 millennia ago. His answer to this dilemma will completely shatter how you view your own daily struggles. In fact, it might even make you feel a deep, unsettling pity for the very people you currently envy. Why does reality seem to favor the ruthless? Hold on to that question. The answer will change the way you measure success forever. We live in a hyper-accelerated capitalist machine that constantly squeezes our humanity. We are reduced to performance metrics, productivity scores, and bank balances. Our brains are entirely hijacked by engineered dopamine loops. We scroll through carefully curated illusions of wealth and status, punishing ourselves for not keeping up. Our ego, which neuroscience tells us is simply a narrative constructed by the brain to ensure survival, goes into overdrive. It creates a predictive threat model. It screams that you are falling behind. It whispers that your integrity is actually a weakness. This cognitive friction creates immense psychological stress. You ask yourself why you try so hard when the liar gets the promotion. To understand this, we must look much deeper than the shallow timeline of a single human life. The early Buddhist texts, preserved in the Pali Canon, offer a chillingly precise scientific framework for how reality actually operates. We humans evaluate fairness on a microscopic timeline. We judge the universe based on a span of maybe 80 or 100 years. The Buddha viewed reality through the vast, terrifying lens of samsara. He saw the endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth spanning billions of years, a timeline so deep it defies human imagination. The Awakened One explained that every living being carries two massive, invisible reservoirs of accumulated action. The first is kusala mula, the root of merit and goodness. The second is akusala mula, the root of demerit and darkness. Let us look at a modern example. Think of a man named Marcus. He is a high-level executive at a prestigious AI firm in Silicon Valley. Marcus is undeniably brilliant, but he is a psychological predator. He steals brilliant code from his junior developers. He gaslights his team until they require medication for depression. He sacrifices every ethical standard for quarterly profits. Yet, Marcus drives a beautiful sports car, dates models, and sleeps in a multi-million-dollar mansion. He appears to have absolutely won the game of life. Meanwhile, the honest programmer beneath him cannot afford rent and suffers from chronic insomnia. Why does the universe let Marcus thrive? Here is the cognitive shock you must absorb. The Buddha does not judge a being based entirely on their present actions. When the Buddha looked at a tyrant, a thief, or a corrupt executive, he saw their entire cosmic history. The reason a terrible person succeeds today is that their historical kusala mula, their ancient root of merit, still possesses overwhelming momentum. The good deeds they performed lifetimes ago have not yet been exhausted. That residual energy continues to push them toward prosperity. It actively shields them from immediate ruin, even as they behave like monsters in the present moment. This sounds deeply unfair to our modern minds. It insults our desperate need for instant justice. But this is the cold, mechanical reality of the cosmos. Stop looking at Marcus as a winner. Marcus is not receiving a prize. He is simply cashing out a massive cosmic savings account. He is burning through his spiritual capital at a terrifying and reckless speed. And here is the darkest part. At the exact same time he empties his ancient vault of goodness, he is eagerly signing new contracts for dark karma. He is taking out a cosmic loan with an unimaginably brutal interest rate of future suffering. But will he just keep winning forever? Does the universe have a breaking point? Everything is subject to anicca, the absolute law of impermanence. There is one terrifying exception to this delayed cosmic reaction. The Buddha taught that if a person's present actions cross the line into grave, heavy karma, their protective wall of merit collapses instantly. Imagine a towering, magnificent skyscraper. It looks invincible. But if someone places explosives directly at the foundation, the entire structure falls in seconds. When heavy karma is committed, the ancient root of merit vanishes. The descent into darkness is immediate, violent, and absolute. No amount of past privilege can stop the fall. When we deeply understand the law of dependent origination, we see how every cause and condition links together in an unbroken chain. Ignorance leads to craving. Craving leads to toxic attachment. Attachment leads to becoming. We suffer so deeply because we crave immediate cosmic retribution. We want the universe to execute our personal vengeance right before our eyes. But that desire is just another mental trap. It is a failure to understand anatta, the profound truth of non-self. There is no permanent, solid self to be offended, and no permanent enemy to hate. They are just aggregates of form, feeling, perception, fabrication, and consciousness, clashing in the void. So how do you survive a rigged system without losing your mind? You must practice active cognitive reprogramming. You must master your own attention. First, you must install an attentional kill switch. When you look at a toxic person succeeding and feel that sharp spike of cortisol, catch it. Recognize that you are simply witnessing the final, bright flickers of their dying merit. It is a flame burning its absolute hottest right before it runs out of oxygen. Do not let their dying fire burn down your mental peace. Pull your attention firmly back to your breath. Second, become obsessed with your own karmic asset accumulation. While the greedy enthusiastically burn their wealth, you must quietly build yours. Walk the noble eightfold path. Practice right view, right intention, and right action. Maintaining your integrity in a corrupt world is not a naive weakness. It is the ultimate long-term investment. This rewires your brain's dopamine pathways. You stop chasing cheap, external validation and begin to discover profound, unshakable happiness in quiet presence. Third, practice the art of radical release. Drop the exhausting burden of being the universe's judge and jury. You do not need to police reality. Do your honest work. Create genuine value in your life. But detach your ego completely from the final outcome. When you stop demanding that the world behave exactly as you wish, you shut down the fear centers in your brain. You step out of the toxic cycle of modern burnout entirely. The temporary success of a bad person is not a glitch in the matrix. It is the flawless, silent execution of a cosmic law you simply could not see. The Buddha's wisdom transcends our fragile, reactionary human emotions. Your only real duty on this earth is to ensure your own root of merit is strong enough to carry you safely through the dark. Stop fighting the hidden mechanics of nature. Sit quietly. Look closely at the mind that feels cheated by the world. Is your current mindset building a foundation for ultimate freedom? Or are you letting someone else's dying embers consume your life? Which reality will you choose to inhabit today? Let me know your thoughts and real-world experiences down in the comments. If this perspective shifted the way you see your life, subscribe and join our community. We will continue exploring the profound, forgotten depths of the Buddha's true teachings. Breathe in. Let go. Reclaim your mind.